Hi, today we are going to talk about 2 practical steps to conquer the retirement unknown. Let's go ahead and get started. Retirement is a lot like landing on Jupiter. It is scary, but it has been done before. And it is helpful to talk to those who have gone through the retirement process in the past. Be aware, though, that everybody does have a different experience going through retirement and their process, especially with federal retirement. There are a lot of things to consider and understand when preparing to retire. Things like your service computation date. You want to be sure that your service computation date is accurate for retirement and that you don't have any outstanding service history issues like non-deduction service where maybe you were not paying into the retirement system. I definitely recommend when you're preparing for retirement that you do make sure that that service history is your retirement service computation date. And if you have any questions at all, contact your HR department to see if there are any changes or discrepancies that may need to be resolved before you can submit your retirement paperwork. It is very helpful to talk to those who have experience and have retired. In fact, we have had several trainings where we bring in a panel of those who have retired and what their experience was like. Retirement is not only a financial decision, it is also an emotional decision. So for you to retire, you not only need to be comfortable with what to expect financially, but also be ready for that transition in retirement. Any change in our lives is a big adjustment, sort of like getting married or having children or changing a job. Any of those are actually stressful, even if it is a good stress. When you retire, your life changes from the every day-to-day 9 to 5, getting ready for work, going out the door, dealing with the traffic, and going into the office and all the office things that are maybe a little bit stressful or you're on time-sensitive projects. Now, when you retire, your day is open. You can do anything that you want to do with your day, whether you decide to volunteer or maybe get into a project that you've always enjoyed, maybe woodworking or gardening, something that brings you joy and can bring activity into your daily routine. One way to conquer the unknown of the financial aspect of retirement is to run an estimate of your numbers, whether it's something that you contact your HR department to see what you can expect in retirement, or even contact us at Retirement Benefits Institute. We can help you look at many factors of your retirement, from what you can expect in your pension when you retire, or even help you to decide and understand other benefits and other things that you are going to experience in retirement, like healthcare. Healthcare for you, healthcare for your spouse. What is required to continue healthcare in retirement? For example, healthcare for a spouse who is not a federal employee is tied to a survivor benefit. So there are the pros and the cons of whether you have to leave or decide to leave the maximum survivor benefit, or if you decide to leave the lesser benefit. We can help you, and numbers are important so that you can decide what financial impact those decisions have for you. And beyond deciding whether or not to retain your health care in retirement, the next thing you will end up needing to decide is Medicare Part B, and how Medicare Part B and your FEHB, or your Federal Employee Health Benefit, work together. Another thing to think about is life insurance. You may actually have the Federal Employee Group life insurance at this moment while you are working. In retirement, that does change as far as cost and what choices you have to decide when you retire as far as how much to keep in retirement. One thing to consider would be a private life insurance, and that does take some time as far as research and deciding how much life insurance you may need. A really great website to visit for helping decide how much life insurance do you really need in retirement is lifehappens.org. It's very important to weigh the decision of private life insurance versus federal in retirement. You also may want to consider long-term care options. Long-term care is very costly, and it is something that if you consider now, before you actually need to have long-term care, you can be prepared financially for what is to come if you needed to have long-term care in retirement. So, my suggestion to you is to run that estimate, talk with somebody who understands your federal benefits and can help you look at the numbers, and those numbers then can help you make the decisions and the elections that you need to make when you process your retirement paperwork. And finally, Retirement Benefits Institute does offer several resources. For example, we are on LinkedIn, we are on Facebook, and YouTube. YouTube is a great resource. We have over 100 videos to help you examine your federal retirement benefits, everything from your TSP to survivor benefit and your group life insurance and health care. It gives you an opportunity to, at home, do some self-research and understand your benefits even further. Again, you can also reach out to Retirement Benefits Institute to look at those numbers and to get that additional counseling to make those decisions for when you actually do need to submit your retirement paperwork. So, to conquer the unknowns of retirement are, one, to run your numbers so that you're financially ready to retire. And also, the other way to conquer the unknown of retirement is to understand and have conversations with those who have retired. See what their successes are or their experiences so that you can learn from them and maybe not make a mistake that could affect you for the rest of your life. Thank you for joining me in this discussion on 2 practical steps on how to conquer the unknown.